when you to see the doctor, it's free.
Where do you get a rabbit skin?
Medical supplies and medicine from the black market.
To buy like Mercedes and Maybach for Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
In our last video, we talked about how North Korea does have taxes, even though they claim they do not have any. North Korea also claims that healthcare and education are completely free. So today in this video, we're going to examine whether or not this is actually true.
And
Yes, Jay.
we now live in the US.
Yes.
Sometimes I think like college tuitions and healthcare services are a little too expensive.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive here.
Yeah, so
I agree.
free education and free healthcare, doesn't it sound tempting?
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, so let's see how awesome it is in North Korea.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
see.
so free education coming and healthcare also coming.
I would say that again.
So Nina,
Yes, James.
so in North Korea, as I heard, our education and medical services are free.
School is supposed to be free, but schools keep asking you to put in a lot of the stuffs.
Like school supplies, like your pencils and paper?
Usually there's a lead bean and rapid skins or metal scraps and a lot of the others.
So it's like the last episode too. They said
It's like
there
a-
is no tuition, but they ask you to bring stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, not stuff you use. You don't use that in school, right? The
No.
rabbit skins and no.
We call it dollar making activities.
Okay, so they actually call it. They're gonna collect stuff from the kids and then they're gonna sell it to make dollars.
Dollar making activities.
Yes.
So who is selling it to make dollars?
I guess government, right? So school give it to government and the government sells it to like China or something and they make dollars
Right. Yes.
to buy like Mercedes and Maybach for Kim Jong-un.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so they said education is free, but they ask how often do they ask? I mean, like, is it like once a year or something? Is it too much of a burden for
No,
the kids?
it's too much. It is really open every other 2 days. Or
Every 2 days?
Every
Yes.
2 days.
items is change, so we don't know. And then every other days, and the collector is these things. You don't have it, you have to pay the money.
This is why I see North Korean people in South Korea. They said like I had to drop out because it was too expensive to go to school.
Yes.
So
They're asking a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And red beans.
Red
I mean,
beans.
like you don't even have food for yourself, but you have to make red beans and bring it to the school.
and rabbit,
the rabbit
skins?
skin. Where do you get
yeah,
the rabbit
where do you
skin?
get a rabbit skin?
Rabbit skin, we don't have it. So the school people years or people 6 months ago, and they notice us and the two students, and you have to grown up the rabbit and
Oh, you have to raise them.
to give them the skin, the rabbit skin.
So you raise the rabbit from a baby? You
Yeah.
have to kill the rabbit?
Yes, and then take care of the skin, and then we dry it, and then we give them.
That's so sad.
So
oh my God.
I know you only went to elementary school. So when you were in elementary school, you had to kill
Your
rabbits
pet
that you
rabbit.
raised.
Aw.
So did you kill rabbits?
When
Maybe your
you're-
mom would have helped.
When
or
you're,
something.
when you're my mom and the kid, maybe I take it off the skin.
I just like ask money.
But you don't have
then I
any
s-
money.
Yeah,
right?
and I saw the like North Korean defector interview, and the little kids they steal like pots and like a metal bowls and stuff to bring it to
the metal
school.
scraps.
Yeah.
So
Metal
you
scraps.
had to steal the metal scraps from somewhere.
Yeah, that's normal.
To give
That's
to the
normal.
school.
To give the
I mean,
school.
like you.
Yeah.
If you ask like every year, like metal scraps, where do you get the metal
Yeah, where
scraps?
can you find
I mean,
it?
if you,
So we don't have it. So that's why we steal someone else.
it's literally
Yeah.
like government. They don't care.
They don't
Nothing.
care,
They
just-
care nothing.
Wow.
It's like they
Yeah.
ask and it has to happen.
So
Yeah.
so if you can't bring the item and you can't pay money, then you can't attend school.
If you not give them, and that's why most students they dropped out It is
I guess you don't really get expelled, but like they make environment that your kids cannot attend.
yes,
Wow.
it is
So
really impossible. Yeah, to go to school without give them.
So actually, school is really expensive in North Korea.
Yes,
Okay, so you gather all the stuff to give it to the school, and then what you learn is like you have 5 Americans there, you killed 2, and then how many left? And then you learn that American people like hammer
terrible.
nails on your heads. You know, I would drop out too. Things
Yeah.
you learn is like all bullshit.
What about university? Is it the same for every level of school?
yeah. My mom is graduated in university in Pyongyang in North Korea. So my mom usually instead of the studying the more than hours studying, and they also go to work in the farm.
They take you out of the class to make you work?
They making university student to work
Oh,
instead of
okay.
the studying.
So they take your labor.
So you don't pay money, but you work for free.
Yes.
The kids who went to university and then they are at the farm more than in a school.
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
they have really few classes, and then you actually you can't even go home. They take you and then you make them stay in the farm for like months.
Yes.
So it doesn't sound like it's good to go to university
Still, you have to go to university
to get a job,
to get a better job. Yeah,
but you have to do
Yeah.
hard labor.
yeah. So it doesn't really make sense though.
Well,
What's
it's-
a better job? Communist country, there shouldn't be any better job. All jobs going to be equal. It's already like rotten system there.
I'd say education definitely is not free,
I mean,
Yeah.
I would just pay money and be done about it.
but you'd have to get money somehow, right?
That's true.
It
but
could be
we
hard.
work, adopt the capitalism. then.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about school enough. So let's talk about the healthcare system. Healthcare system is actually like way more scary in the United States because it can be really, really
Yeah,
expensive.
you can go into bankruptcy.
You can choose to go to school, but you can't choose if you're sick. You
Right.
need to get a
If-
service, but it's really expensive. So let's see what happens in North Korea. So seeing a doctor and get treated, is it free in North Korea?
When you to see the doctor, it's free,
It's a free.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
but you have to bribe them.
You
Yes.
bribe the doctors?
So they
Yes.
won't see you.
How do you bribe them? Do you give something?
Instead of the money, you have to bribe them
With the like items like
with the items.
so it is just like not free there too then.
Yes. Also, you have to buy medical supplies and medicine from the black market.
You buy your own medicine
Yes.
from the black market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
It is really, expensive. Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You have to go see a doctor and then you have to bring some stuff to bribe them. Doctor will see you and doctor will not have anything. So
Yeah.
you need to buy the medical supplies to
Supplies.
treat you and the medicine
Medicine,
and even like shots and everything.
everything.
So
Yeah.
everything. It gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
I
That's
think so.
Yeah.
I would say that's not free either.
Yeah.
It's not free, and
That-
then at least here you pay it, and they go get it for you. But you have to go get it for yourself.
If you don't have money, then you cannot go to doctor and to hospital.
That's terrible.
I won't trust anything I buy from the black market, and then we know that it's from China too. And Nina, I also heard that anesthetics are definitely hard to procure
Yes.
in North Korea. So I heard that a lot of people don't really get anesthetics.
Yes.
When they have like surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I know this because one North Korean defector in South Korea, he actually became a senator in South Korea. He was homeless in North Korea. So when he was like in the middle school, he was running from something and then he got hit by a train. And actually the train drove over his arm and leg. So when he came to South Korea, he had only one leg and one arm. So and he didn't have money, and government would definitely couldn't afford the anesthetics. So they actually saw his bones on his arm and leg, and then they just saw it without anything. So he said still he remembers the pain, and then it was beyond he could ever imagine.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
sounds
It's
just
really
horrible.
awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is true, actually.
And
Yeah.
another problem in North Korea, they do not have electricity.
Yeah.
So hospitals they keep losing the electricity.
okay.
So even in the capitals, when they do the procedures like surgeries and stuff, when they lose power, and they just have to wait until it comes back.
Yeah.
So because the problem is like you open up, even if the person has anesthesia,
Yeah.
and they have to wait. It takes really long time, and then people kind of waking up
Ugh.
from the anesthesia. So
Yeah.
it gets like really, really bad
Yeah.
a lot of time. So before we started this episode, we kind of had like a fantasy for like a free education and free healthcare fees,
Right.
Services.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you still have that now?
Not in North Korea. No.
It doesn't sound good at all. Have you seen a doctor in the U.S. when you were sick?
Personal not. No.
Wow, you're a healthy girl.
Or maybe just in the habit
Of just healing yourself.
avoiding the hospital.
Yeah. We're learning a lot about like a beautiful communist system now. Yeah, it's everything's free, but not free.
Yep.
Thank you, Nina, for sharing.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's not funny, but
So there are a lot of North Korean people suffering from their government and from their system. So please share this video so that more people know what happens in North Korea. If more people know what happens in North Korea, it'll actually help North Korean people. Please share and subscribe to our channel and like this video.
And turn on notifications.
All right. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
bye.